Ahoy there! Welcome to this director's cut tour of Cunard's Queen Victoria for a detailed look at this charming and characterful ship. For something a bit special, you'll see a dynamic deck plan showing exactly where we are at any time. And stick around for some surprising facts, like the christening mishap they called a curse, or the ways that Queen Victoria is specially built for rougher seas. I'm David from Curious to Travel. Let's step aboard and explore. And here's Queen Victoria in Lisbon in April this year. Calm, classy, and totally unaware she's about to be inspected from bow to stern. Let's begin the tour. We begin at the elegant grand lobby on deck 1 with rich wood panelling and soft amber lighting, evoking the ocean liner elegance of ships like the original Queen Mary. Spanning 3 decks, see how its sweeping staircases and balconies bring a graceful movement to the space that sets the tone for a classic Cunard style. There's an impressive bronze relief and wooden marquetry centrepiece, which we'll return to later. On our tour, each time we enter a new space, you'll see a red dot on the full deck plan to show where we are. I'll then zoom in to the section we are in, like I have done here, for a closer look as we go. Here's the purser's office. It's closed at the moment. This impressive chocolate display was handmade at sea by the pastry team using fine couverture chocolate, the same quality used in boutique chocolatiers. It's part of a long tradition of eye-catching edible creations for special occasions, for instance, the gingerbread village at Christmas. And here's the Shore Experiences desk, which is also closed at the moment. After heading up to deck 2, we pass a portrait of Queen Victoria's godmother, Her Majesty the Queen, who christened the ship in 2007 while still the Duchess of Cornwall. And if you're superstitious, stick around. That christening didn't quite go to plan. All Cunard ships have a chart room bar, and Queen Victoria's is a favourite. Just off the grand lobby, it's a refined spot for a quiet coffee or a pre-dinner drink, styled with dark wood panelling, brushed gold accents and soft satin furnishings. Nautical details like star charts and compass motifs nod to Cunard's seafaring legacy. In the mornings, they serve fresh patisserie with your tea or coffee, although Tim just had biscotti here. One fun highlight is the Zodiac cocktail menu, 12 drinks inspired by the signs of the stars. But we mostly drank Mai Tais, which were bloomin' delicious. And yes, that's a pure rum float on top. And I got 2 cherries. This tour took a fair bit of effort. 4 AM filming sessions, lots of editing, and that little red dot on the deck plan? Yep, hand mapped. Turns out, obsessive detail's my thing. If you're enjoying it, tapping like would make my day. And if you want more Cunard adventures, subscribing means you'll be the first to know when the next video sets sail. Do these stairways remind anyone else of Hogwarts? Let me know in the comments. Queen Victoria's 2-deck library is one of her most distinctive spaces, a quiet, thoughtful retreat of wood, books and soft lighting. There are over 6,000 titles, from classic fiction to maritime history, and it was designed with help from Haywood Hill, a London bookshop once favoured by the late Queen Elizabeth II. Spanning decks 2 and 3, it is linked by a spiral staircase that's a favourite photo spot, thanks to its polished wood and brass railings. Inside, it feels like a private Victorian reading room, with its mahogany shelves and glass-fronted bookcases. It is elegant and even a little brooding. The views are partially blocked by the promenade outside, emphasising an introspective space. On sea days, it's a peaceful haven. On port days, the lower level doubles as a secure bag check for returning guests. Just beside the library on Deck 3 is the Alcove, a quiet retreat with a beautifully detailed scale model of Queen Victoria herself behind glass. And behind that, a comfortable space for jigsaw puzzles. Next door, the card room is made for bridge, puzzles and leisurely games. With wood-panelled walls, green baize tables and soft lighting, it feels like a traditional club. And, if you look closely, you'll spot that the carpet features playful hearts, diamonds, clubs and spades in the pattern. A few steps along is the ship's bell, cast in bronze and engraved with Queen Victoria and 2007. It's used for marking watches and the occasional ceremony. The grand lobby's centrepiece is a 6-metre tall bronze relief of Queen Victoria by John McKenna, sweeping across a wooden marquetry backdrop of a globe, sunburst and compass. It's a bold symbol of Cunard's global reach and enduring identity. Like all Cunard ships, Queen Victoria has a bookshop. Whilst it's closed now, it's very popular and perfect for browsing on sea days. Located midship on Deck 3, just off the grand lobby, the Midship's Lounge is one of Queen Victoria's quieter, often overlooked bars. It's ideal for a nightcap, central but calm, with a low-key charm that feels slightly tucked away. And yes, that's an ornate copper alembic still sitting on the bar. Why? Not entirely sure. If you know, let us know in the comments. Let's pop back down to Deck 2. And, as if by magic, it is daylight. All Cunard ships have a speciality steakhouse, and on Victoria is the elegant Steakhouse at the Verandah, tucked just off the grand lobby on Deck 2. The name nods to the original Verandah Grill aboard the Queen Mary, once the most exclusive dining room at sea. Today's version blends heritage with indulgence, right down to your choice of precision-engineered steak knives. With Art Deco touches and a menu celebrating both land and sea, it's a refined but relaxed spot for a special dinner or a decadent lunch on a sea day. It's an extra charge venue, currently $65 for dinner and $35 for lunch, with 10% off if you book before you sail. staying on Deck 2, let's leave the grand lobby and wander aft. We pass the entrance to the Britannia Club restaurant, which we're going to return to a little later. The Britannia Restaurant is Queen Victoria's main dining venue, located aft across decks 2 and 3. With sweeping staircases and Art Deco flourishes, it recalls the elegance of the Golden Arrow train, which once linked London and Paris via Dover. Look out for the illuminated globe behind the captain's table. It actually rotates. It's 10 feet tall, crafted from bronze and glass by UK artist David Norris, inspired by Cunard's house flag with the crowned lion and globe. The restaurant seats up to 878 guests, with early, late or open dining. It also serves breakfast and lunch on Deck 2. Evenings bring 5-course meals, white glove service and linen draped tables. Though grand, it maintains a warm, intimate atmosphere, making it a memorable centrepiece of the Cunard dining experience. Just along Deck 2 is the Britannia Club Restaurant, an exclusive venue for Britannia Club Stateroom guests. Redesigned in the 2017 refit, it now features sleek Art Deco styling with rich blues, gold accents, chandeliers and distressed glass dividers for a more intimate feel. Unlike the main Britannia restaurant, guests here have flexible dining times and a reserved table for the entire voyage. The à la carte menu blends classic and modern dishes, with some enhancements and even limited tableside flambe for a touch of indulgence. Large, sea-facing windows bring in natural light and ocean views, while white glove service rounds out the experience. It's refined, relaxed, and quietly luxurious. Let's take a look at today's menu. Staying on deck 2 and heading forward, we step into the Royal Court Theatre, Queen Victoria's grand venue for entertainment and enrichment at sea. Spanning decks 1 to 3, it seats over 800 guests and channels the glamour of a classic West End theatre, with red velvet curtains, gold detailing, and rich brocade fabrics. Murals and flourishes echo the style of Frank Matcham, a celebrated British theatre designer. The space was carefully designed for excellent sightlines and theatrical lighting, and a standout feature is the 16 private boxes, 2 of which are wheelchair accessible. Guests who book one enjoy armchairs, cocktail tables, champagne canopies, and a commemorative photo. Beyond live shows, the theatre also hosts Cunard's Insights programme, with guest speakers covering history, science, travel and more. It even transforms into a cinema for immersive film screenings. With tiered seating, strong acoustics and thoughtful design, the Royal Court Theatre is both a cultural hub and a great place to unwind, whether you're here for drama, discovery, or a quiet afternoon film. Right, time for some fresh air. Let's take a walk around the promenade on Deck 3 and run through some ship facts and unique design features along the way, just in case you enjoy the technical side of things too. So, like I said, whilst we do a circuit of her promenade deck, let's enjoy some ship facts about Queen Victoria. And then, after that, I'm going to run through some of the unique design features that were commissioned especially for her to make her stronger and safer for challenging weather conditions. Queen Victoria was launched in January 2007 and entered service that December. She was built by Fincantieri in Marghera, Italy, part of the Vista class of ships, but with some custom modifications we're going to get to a bit later. She cost around £270 million to build. In terms of size, her gross tonnage is just over 90,000 gross tons, which is roughly 10,800 adult elephants. She is 294 metres long, 32.3 metres wide, and 54.5 metres tall from waterline to funnel. Her draft is 7.9 metres, letting her access a wide range of ports. She carries 2,061 passengers at double occupancy, supported by 913 crew. Her top speed is 23.7 knots, that's about 27 miles per hour, but she cruises more comfortably at 18 knots. She's powered by diesel-electric engines and 2 Azipod propulsion units with a total output of 85,000 horsepower, or the equivalent of 739 Routemaster buses. She houses over 500 pieces of original artwork, including etchings by Queen Victoria and Prince Albert themselves, which we'll see later in the Queen's room. And, fun fact, the chefs on board go through over 1.5 million eggs each year. Morning. Oh, and if you spot a crew member saying hello like this, don't be surprised. In my experience, Cunard staff are mostly warm and welcoming, and this greeting is typical. It's fairly well known that Queen Victoria has a strengthened bow. But that's just the start. Cunard made several structural upgrades to help her handle tougher seas. Her bow itself has a thicker steel frame and thicker and more closely spaced internal ribbing. Also, her bulkheads, that's the internal walls that divide the ship, were reinforced beyond standard Vista-class specifications. The transverse bulkheads, those are the ones that run side to side, are stronger and more closely spaced near the bow, helping contain flooding and improve damage resistance. Together with her beefed-up steel framing, means she can better handle wave slamming in places like the North Atlantic. There's also extra longitudinal bracing, that's lengthwise supports, and vertical stiffeners between decks. These reduce flexing and twisting in heavy seas, protecting against metal fatigue, especially around midship where the stresses are highest. Cunard added extra plating and support ahead of the collision bulkhead to resist green water impacts. That's when big waves crash over the bow. They redesigned the bulbous bow and raised the forecastle slightly to deflect waves away from the superstructure. Even the bridge wings were enclosed to shield the crew from high winds. And, at the other end, Queen Victoria's stern is sleeker and more tapered than on her sister ships, like Queen Elizabeth. That improves hydrodynamics, meaning better fuel efficiency and smoother handling. It also gives her a more graceful silhouette. So, not only did they make her tougher, they gave her an appealing derriere. We can see here that 3 laps equals 1 mile. Why all the reinforcements? Unlike warm weather cruise ships, Queen Victoria was built to handle rougher waters, including transatlantic crossings and northern itineraries. She is not a full ocean liner like Queen Mary II, but she's built for serious seas, like the Force 11 storm we encountered in the Bay of Biscay. As we near the end of our circuit of the Promenade, I think, as far as promenades go, it's pretty decent. A good length, it encircles most of the ship, just cutting off her bow. It's wide in places, with a good view, and plenty of room for steamer chairs. If I was being picky, then it isn't real teak, like the Queen Mary II, but I'm in a forgiving mood. What do you think? The Photography Centre is where you can view and purchase professional photos taken during your voyage, whether at events or just out and about around the ship. It's a relaxed space to browse memories and pick up printed or digital copies. On disembarkation days, it also serves as a hub for guests who may need a bit of extra help, particularly those requiring wheelchair or mobility assistance, making the process smoother and more comfortable. And staying on deck 3, we pass back through the Midship's lounge and then past the grand lobby. We see the bookshop is still closed, but maybe we can take a closer peek. And then, still moving forward, we come to the Art Gallery, which is a floating boutique for collectors and curious browsers alike. Run by Clarendon Fine Art, which runs the art galleries on all Cunard ships, it offers originals and limited editions from artists like L.S. Lowry and Philip Gray, with worldwide delivery available. Guests can join art talks and auctions throughout the voyage, making it less a static gallery and more an artistic marketplace at sea. And is it me, or does it look a little bit unloved and like it could do with a tidy up? Time for some shopping. Let's take a look at some of the shops. Aside from the bookshop, most are found either here, on the upper level overlooking the Queen's Room, or just next door in the Deck 3 Royal Arcade. We'll come back to the Queen's Room properly a little later. The Royal Arcade isn't just a shopping area, it's a tribute to British elegance at sea. Guests browse boutiques offering fashion, fragrances, skincare, duty-free, and Cunard branded keepsakes. At its heart stands a Victorian pillar clock, crafted by Dent, the same company behind Big Ben. It chimes the Westminster melody on the hour, grounding the space in heritage and charm. A sweeping wrought-iron staircase surrounds it, framing the clock and adding to the arcade's graceful symmetry. It's a small stroll that feels straight out of London's Burlington Arcade. Refined, timeless, and very much up Cunard Street. All Cunard ships have a Golden Lion pub, and Queen Victoria's is a nautical gem. With thick glass windows, dark wood and brass fittings, it feels like a seaside tavern from a sailor's tale. The pub's name and crest honour Cunard's heritage. The Golden Lion holding a globe comes from the company's official emblem, symbolising British strength and global reach, a legacy dating back to the 1800s. On tap, Cunard's own craft trio, gold, red and black ales, brewed exclusively by Dark Revolution Brewery. Guests can join quizzes, bingo and watch live sport on widescreen TVs. A proper pint, decent quiz, and if the floor sways a bit, it's probably the ship. Are you feeling lucky? Come on, it's time to roll the dice. The casino may be modest in size, but it's full of character. It's where roulette wheels spin, cards snap onto green felt, and slot machines chatter promises they may or may not keep. It only opens while at sea, so if the ship's moving, so might your luck. New to the games? The croupiers are happy to guide you through. No high-stakes swagger, just a splash of old-world glamour and a flicker of suspense. And who knows? Tonight could be the night you win back the cost of your cruise, or at least your laundry. We're now entering the Queen's Room, a signature venue found on all 4 Cunard ships. And, just to our left, you might spot an etching by Queen Victoria herself, one of the original artworks that grace this elegant space. More than just a lounge, this is the refined heart of British tradition at sea, with sweeping columns, crystal chandeliers, and a polished dance floor. It hosts white-gloved afternoon tea by day and dancing, classical recitals and themed balls by night. Inspired by grand European palaces, the design leads towards soft opulence. On Queen Victoria, the room is slightly narrower than on Queen Mary II, which gives it a more intimate feel, though at peak times it can still feel a bit full. Some guests also find the upper level a little detached from the energy below. Still, it's a favourite for its sense of occasion and timeless charm. Whether you're waltzing under the chandeliers or sipping tea to a string quartet, it lives up to its royal name. Later in the voyage, the Queen's Room was also used for the Anglican Easter Sunday service, providing a dignified setting for the occasion. Here's the future voyage sales office. It was closed when I passed, but when open, it always seemed busy, which says a lot. It's a popular spot because booking your next cruise on board often comes with extra perks, like a small discount and additional onboard credit. Let's pop up to our stateroom, 7054 on deck 7. We're in Britannia Club for this voyage. This is just a brief look, but if you'd like a full stateroom tour, I've linked that in the description below. On the bed, there's a little Easter gift from Cunard. Very thoughtful. And while we're here, let's take a look at the room service breakfast card. Nearly everything's complimentary, unless you go for something under the something special section, like champagne. Time for something a little different. As with every director's cut tour, I'm including a full walk around one of the accommodation corridors. This time, we're on deck 7. Now, I know corridors aren't exactly thrilling, but they're part of the full picture. And while we stroll, I've got some fascinating stories about Queen Victoria you might not know. You can see from the deck plan, we've just passed some Britannia balcony staterooms on our left-hand side. And now, coming up on our left, we're just about to pass some Q4 Queensborough suites. So let's start at the beginning with the champagne that wouldn't break. At her Southampton naming ceremony in December 2007, Her Majesty the Queen and the then Duchess of Cornwall were in attendance. Oh, this is the Launderette, by the way, but it's currently locked. But don't worry, we'll come back to it later. Anyway, when Camilla sent the bottle toward the bow, it refused to break. Maritime superstition calls that a bad omen. A second bottle was used, and thankfully, it did the job. Camilla handled it with grace, but the press couldn't resist calling it the Curse of Camilla. Coming up on our left-hand side, we have some P1 Princess Grill suites. And just before we come to one of the huge Q2 Queensborough suites, let's have a look at the B stairway. Anyway, after the bottle refused to break at her christening, and with a few hiccups in her first year, including novavirus and a minor collision, Queen Victoria seemed keen to prove the superstitions right. In May 2008, she nudged the pier in Valletta, Malta, during a tricky docking manoeuvre. It was just a minor scrape, nothing serious, but enough to skip the next port. And then there was the sandbank saga. In July of the same year, strong crosswinds, combined with a propulsion issue, caused Queen Victoria to drift onto a sandbank whilst departing Southampton. The crew responded calmly, using bow thrusters to free her in under half an hour. No damage, just a quiet reminder that even modern ships must respect the sea. However, it wasn't all bad news, because in January 2008, just a month after entering service, Queen Victoria met Queen Mary II and QE2 in New York Harbour. It was a dazzling sight, 3 Cunard Queens gathered by the Statue of Liberty, fireworks above, tugged saluting. It was the first time they'd all met, and while they reunited again in Southampton, this New York spectacle remains the most iconic. Then, in 2010, Queen Victoria was dramatically lit up in pink while docked in Sydney Harbour as part of a breast cancer awareness campaign. And here at the aft, we have 2 of the largest Q1 suites on board, the Verandah suite and the Aquitania suite. And for more good news, In December 2010, Inga Klein-Thorhage became Queen Victoria's first female captain and Cunard's first ever female master. Born in the Faroe Islands, she later captained Queen Elizabeth and became the inaugural captain of Queen Anne, a true trailblazer. On the unfortunate date of the 1st of April 2014, while docked in San Francisco, strong winds snapped Queen Victoria's mooring lines. The ship listed slightly before being quickly secured. There was no damage and no injuries, but snapped lines move with terrifying speed, so it was a serious moment handled impressively. And for our last story, I'd like to share some truly adventurous seamanship, or should I say rivermanship. In January 2017, Queen Victoria took a detour into history, becoming the largest passenger ship ever to sail up the Amazon River to Manaus, 900 miles inland. This wasn't a casual cruise. The river's shifting sandbanks, tight bends, and shallow patches make navigation extremely difficult, especially in the region known as the Meeting of Waters, where the dark Rio Negro and muddy Amazon run side by side without mixing. Despite being designed for open ocean, Queen Victoria's draft and propulsion were carefully managed throughout. The voyage was part of a 120-night world cruise and offered nearly 2,000 guests a rare view of the Amazon rainforest from the balcony of a Cunard ship. Technically challenging, historically significant, and unmistakably adventurous. Let's take a quick look at the Launderette. It's open now. It's free to use, detergent included, and a surprisingly good place for a chat with fellow travellers. Here, you really can wash your dirty linen in public. Okay, time to head up to the Lido Buffet Restaurant, Queen Victoria's casual dining hub, tucked aft on Deck 9. Apparently, the name Lido comes from a Venetian beach resort, but at sea it's long meant relaxed poolside dining. Cunard continues that tradition here, blending practicality with understated charm. Inside, the Lido serves a rotating selection of global cuisine, breakfasts, which we have here, lunches, themed dinners, and late-night snacks. You'll find carveries, curries, salads, desserts, and often a few surprises. And it's not all self-service. In the evenings, one section transforms into a specialty dining venue with table service and themes like Asian fusion, with wide windows and outdoor seating besides the Pavilion Pool. It's also perfect for a quiet coffee at sunrise or a relaxed bite at sunset. Informal, efficient, and quietly bustling, the Lido is a cornerstone of daily life aboard Queen Victoria. What? Leaving already? It's lunchtime, isn't it? Come on, grub up. Let's go for a bite.
Right. Hello. Looks delicious.
Now let's step forward of the Lido into one of Queen Victoria's most distinctive spaces, the Winter Garden. This bright, plant-filled lounge is a tranquil indoor-outdoor retreat with floor-to-ceiling windows, conservatory-style furnishings, and a retractable glass roof that opens in warm weather, flooding the space with natural light and sea air. Originally, it was a more Victorian throwback with faux trellises and botanical murals, but it received a clean, elegant refresh in the 2017 refit, and now it feels contemporary yet peaceful. It's used for informal events, live music, lounging, and even relaxing yoga or Pilates when the mood strikes. And now we arrive at the Pavilion Pool, serene and deserted in the early dawn light. The pool has been temporarily emptied in preparation for an approaching storm, but there's still something quietly beautiful about this space at rest. Located midships on Deck 9, the Pavilion is one of Queen Victoria's two main pool areas. It features twin hot tubs and shaded seating, but unlike Queen Mary II and Queen Anne, it does not have a retractable glass roof. By day, it buzzes with life, poolside drinks, live music, and even the occasional barbecue on sunny sea days. But right now, in the calm before the storm, we get a rare chance to see it at peace, with just a lone crew member and the soft light of morning for company. From the Pavilion Pool, we pass the Pavilion Bar and a pair of table tennis tables, popular sports on a sea day, and head towards Queen Victoria's Mareel Spa and Wellness Centre. Here, guests can enjoy a full range of wellness services, from massages, facials, and beauty treatments to a gym and group fitness classes. It's a space designed for both relaxation and rejuvenation, tucked away just forward of the pool deck. Past the spa reception is Queen Victoria's gym. It enjoys pleasant forward views over the bow, but space is tight and the range of equipment fairly limited. There's a basic floor area that may be used for stretching or occasional classes. The resistance machines use banded tension systems instead of traditional weights, which can feel a bit imprecise if you're used to conventional gyms. Functional for a light workout, yes, but probably not a highlight for fitness enthusiasts. Tucked at the heart of the spa is the Thalassotherapy Pool, a warm, mineral-rich hydrotherapy pool designed to soothe muscles and joints. With soft lighting and a tiled, cocoon-like setting, it's a calming space to unwind after a treatment or simply escape the bustle of the ship. Access is limited to spa pass holders, so it usually stays quiet and serene. Next door is the Thermal Suite, featuring heated, tiled lounges by wide ocean view windows, perfect for a post-treatment rest. Around the perimeter are steam rooms, saunas, and aromatherapy chambers, each designed to ease tension and promote well-being. Some rooms are decorated with classical or maritime murals, adding a subtle artistic touch to the experience. That said, is it just me, or do some areas feel a little tired and in need of a refresh? Up to deck 10 forward now, and approaching the Commodore Club, take a moment to notice the elegant corridor filled with inaugural plaques, each one marking a maiden visit by Queen Victoria, commemorated by local port authorities around the world. Now we arrive at the Commodore Club, found on all Cunard Queens and dedicated to the line's most distinguished captains. On Queen Victoria, it's perched forward on deck 10, directly above the bridge, with sweeping views over the bow through near floor-to-ceiling windows. At each entrance, you'll pass a compass rose inlaid into the floor and a glass-encased ship model, one of QE2, the other of Queen Mary II, quietly honouring Cunard's legacy. Inside, the decor reflects classic nautical tradition, rich wood panelling, leather armchairs, and maritime artwork, including porthole-style pieces by Robert Lloyd. At the centre is a slightly raised horseshoe-shaped bar offering commanding views. In the evenings, soft lighting and live piano music create a calm, refined atmosphere, perfect for sunset cocktails. The martini menu features themed selections such as the Churchill, Montgomery, and Dirty, alongside signature drinks inspired by Cunard Commodores. Daily LGBT plus meetups also take place at 5 p.m. on the starboard side. With timeless design and panoramic outlooks, the Commodore Club remains a favourite for pre-dinner drinks, quiet conversation, and a touch of maritime elegance at sea. Just next to the Commodore Club is the Admiral's Lounge, a quiet retreat found across all Cunard Queens. On Queen Victoria, it leans more towards comfort than utility, with plush seating, warm nautical tones, and soft ambient lighting. Large picture windows bathe the room in natural light, while paintings by maritime artist Stephen Card add a touch of heritage. Often unreserved, it's a peaceful little hideaway, perfect for enjoying the view and a moment of calm away from the ship's liveliest spots. Churchill's Cigar Lounge on Queen Victoria is a distinctive, atmospheric venue that blends maritime tradition with a tribute to one of Britain's most iconic figures. Named after Sir Winston Churchill, who regularly crossed the Atlantic aboard Cunard liners like the original Queen Mary and Queen Elizabeth, the lounge honours his long association with the line. Churchill even credited Cunard ships with helping to shorten World War II by a year, thanks to their vital role in transporting troops. Inside, dark wood panelling, leather armchairs, and rich upholstery create the feel of a refined private club. Soft lighting, nautical details, and large windows add to the sense of quiet sophistication. A well-stocked humidor offers premium cigars for purchase. Cigarettes and vaping are strictly prohibited, though some guests opt for cigarillos to stay within the rules. Fun fact, Churchill was said to smoke up to 10 cigars a day, so he'd have felt right at home here. The Yacht Club is Queen Victoria's shape-shifting social hub, calm by day, electric by night. Its glass-domed ceiling floods the room with sunlight, perfect for daytime choir rehearsals and dance classes. It's bright, breezy, and beautifully designed for stretching your lungs, or your legs. But once the sun dips, the Yacht Club switches gears. Live bands take the stage before a resident DJ turns up the energy and keeps the dance floor moving. There's karaoke, silent discos, themed parties, especially on gala nights, and after dark, it's strictly adults only. If you're looking for where the night really gets going on Queen Victoria, this is it. Fun fact, it was originally called Hemispheres, but got a name makeover to match its sister ship, Queen Elizabeth. With choir rehearsals by day and a dance party hotspot at night, it's where you can throw your voice and your shapes. Deck 10 has a surprising amount of outdoor space, almost like a second promenade above the main one on Deck 3 that we saw earlier. Come on, let's get our steps in.
Access to Deck 11 is closed for now, but fear not, we'll pop back later. Queen Victoria also caters to younger travellers with dedicated zones for kids and teens, run by Cunard's youth team. With games, crafts and social activities, it's a great way for them to have fun and make new friends while the grown-ups relax. And, as if by magic, open sesame! Game of chess, anyone? Deck 11 hosts classic deck games, including pickleball if you fancy a match with the sea breeze. Now this stairway isn't on the deck plan. Where does it go? The Commodore Club. Deja vu, anyone? We won't linger long this time. Let's visit Queen Victoria's exclusive grills area. The Grills Lounge is a retreat reserved for Queen's Grill and Princess Grill suite guests. Tucked high atop the ship, it's a refined and tranquil space to relax, read, or enjoy a quiet drink. Here's the Queen's Grill Restaurant, Cunard's most elevated dining experience. Reserved exclusively for Queen's Grill suite guests, it offers exceptional service, a private table for each guest, and an a la carte menu that changes daily. Signature classics like beef Wellington and lobster thermidor are often prepared tableside, and guests can even pre-order meals or request custom dishes. Wedgwood china, Waterford crystal, and Italian linens set the tone, while smart evening attire is the norm. Black tie on gala nights is encouraged. Between the Queen's and Princess Grill restaurants lies a sheltered courtyard. Though it doesn't offer sea views, it provides an inviting outdoor option for fair weather dining, although it's not looking quite so inviting right now. And here's the Princess Grill restaurant, which is reserved, as you'd expect, for Princess Grill suite guests and offers a similarly elevated experience with a dedicated table, open seating, and personalised service for every meal. And while the grill's terrace on deck 12 was closed during our visit, it normally provides an exclusive outdoor space for grill's guests to relax and soak up the sea air in style. The Lido Deck, with its bar, grill and pool, form a lively social hub at the aft of Deck 9. In this corner of the deck, you'll find the Lido Grill, serving casual bites like burgers and fries, perfect for a relaxed snack in the sun. This is Queen Victoria's open-air playground, featuring 2 whirlpools, plenty of loungers for sunbathing, and even a stage for live performances. And it really comes to life during sail-away parties, sunset cocktails, and live music under the stars. Fun fact, the pool area is sometimes covered over for social events, transforming into a party-ready stage or an open-air venue. Proof that even the pool knows how to dress up for gala nights. As we wrap up this full exploration of Cunard's Queen Victoria,
I hope it's given you a real sense of her charm and character. She may not be flawless, her staterooms and spa could do with a little refresh, but her thoughtful design, seakeeping ability and elegant personality shine through. What makes her special isn't just the decor or the history, it's the warmth, the rhythm of life on board, and the way that she gently grows on you. You need to feel her for yourself. It's been a real joy to craft something this detailed for fellow cruise fans. If it's helped you, entertained you, or just made you smile, I'd love for you to tap the like button or subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next. And I'd really enjoy hearing your thoughts down in the comments too. That's it. I'm David from Curious to Travel, and until next time, stay curious.